Hi and welcome to another edition of BRE TV. I'm Alistair Morrison. I'm joined with me today, as usual, by David and Dominic Morrison. Hey guys, how you going?
G'day, how are we?
We're back for another edition in 2021 and we're expecting a massive year. It's February now and the market's really back to full swing. People are back from holidays, school's back, everything's back to normal. But bloody hell, the market's taken off, hasn't it, Dom?
Really has, yeah. We're just chatting about it. It's comes back to supply as usual. So I think we've spoken about it before. There's usually about 2,500 in general properties on the market. And I think last year was really good. There was 1,000, so the market was strong. And now we're down to about 800 properties on the market. So there's just nothing available. More buyers, no supply, so it's all happening.
Yeah.
And you know things are back to normal when Ballarat's hosting an outdoor event and it's raining.
And it's raining. Middle of the,
the
road race.
happening today, middle of summer.
But the market is absolutely flying at the moment. I think the biggest problem that we're having is the frustration amongst buyers about the lack of stock. And obviously they're in a position there where they're really having to compete for each and every property. And there's just so few properties that are around. You'd have to say this is probably the best sellers market that we've seen for quite some time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's the question I guess we ask ourselves is it at the top yet? Where is the top? What is the peak? And that's obviously we're always guessing and no one knows that, but that's the question we always ask ourselves is, are we at the peak yet? Is there more to go? What happens there?
I think the only decision you can really make there, David, is that if the market is great now, act while the market's great, because who knows what it'll be tomorrow. And it can change quickly, and we've seen it change quickly over time. And I think the only certainty you can deal with the fact is the market is great now, and it is a seller's market now. And if that changes tomorrow for all sorts of different reasons, or just sentiment in general, you wouldn't want to be the seller on the other side of the equation that missed out on the opportunity where it was a little bit frenetic.
That's right, and I think that cliff can come quickly, can't it? I think that's what's been shown in history, is that cliff comes quickly. So our advice would certainly be to act while the market is great and know it's a known, isn't it? So don't gamble on the unknown of what the market might be in 6 months' time. It could still be fine, and chances are it might be, but don't make a decision on unknown. Absolutely. Make a decision on the known, which is the best market we've ever seen in Ballarat.
Absolutely, things are flying. We only just look at situations where you have open houses at Moss Avenue, got a line up out the door. We've got multiple properties that have got multiple buyers, multiple offers, lots of properties selling above the top end of the range. In that environment, why would you not want to be a seller in this marketplace? Why would you wait? And if you're waiting, what are you waiting for better? What circumstance is there better than that? It's about as good as
Never
it gets.
Before have we been able to say, like that one in Moss Avenue, hundreds of buyers.
Yeah, 250 people inspected it in total, and then it ended up selling hundreds of thousands above the top of the price range. So, and there's a few stories like that coming out of our office at the moment. More properties than not are going above the price range. So
I think we've got ones that we'll talk about where people are offering above the range, unseen.
Absolutely.
On the market on a Wednesday. On the Thursday, getting offers above the range without seeing it, and without the requirement of seeing it. It's not that they'll come and see it eventually.
No, we just want to buy it, sign the contracts, do the deal.
Missed out on too many.
Do you want to see the house? No, we're happy just to get it. We just want to get it. I think you made the comment that real estate is the new toilet paper. Everyone's got to have one. Everyone's got to have one now. And that in that environment, if you're a seller, you're in the box seat. But how long this environment, this feeling, and this frenetic activity lasts for, who knows? Who knows? But it can't last forever, and you'd want to get on it while
it's like this cheap suit is not going to last forever in this rain. So should we get onto these properties?
Speaking of some of the results that we've been talking about a little bit earlier, is 8 Karen Street in Alfredton. Loch Sylvia got an unbelievable result there. It was 635, a huge number. But following on from another huge number is 28 King Street in Ballarat East, which Blaze Newman sold.
Great result, yeah.
$627,500. So you know that we're getting every last dollar when you get down to the last $500. That was a huge result for a lovely renovated home there.
I think there's a couple of sales there. We're real area specialists. So Loch's got a great result, over 600 in Alfredton. He's definitely the best in Ballarat in Alfredton.
Killing it.
And Blaze is certainly number one in Ballarat East, that's for sure.
I mean, certainly when you look at some of our team in the different areas and the different suburbs of Ballarat, we're pretty much the number one agents in all of those areas. A great result at 703 Ascot Street for Jay, 420. And just a simple brick veneer, but went off in Redan, and Redan is hugely popular. A 104 Rotherwood Street for James Waterhouse, 375.
Huge result. Two-bedroom townhouse
in Wendouree, 375. 6 Yorkshire Court in Narina. Tash got a great result there at 640. A lovely big home in that area of Narina. Went off as well. 23 Belmar Crescent Day, 585.
Yeah, huge price there. Went above the range as usual, and that went off the mark in the first week. We could talk about it all day long, couldn't we? It's just going to be the theme of these properties from now on.
Absolutely.
Above the range first week.
Yeah. Vendors who used to get ready for a marketing campaign that might have gone for a month or two and it's done within a week.
Yeah.
Often only doing one open inspection or one private inspection, and the property is done.
It's a really good message for people out there watching this, because I think David just said, as usual, above the range, and people don't understand how great the market is at the moment, so it's good to get out there. I was just meeting with a client of mine, an older lady, and there's some anxiety about selling. She's getting ready to sell, and there's good for that message to get through. There's really no need for any anxiety around selling at the moment with the prices we're getting.
Yes.
We take it for granted, but people out there may not understand just how buoyant the market is.
It's really not a question of if it sells, it's how much it's going to sell for. And it's such an unknown quantity at the moment because they're all selling way out of expectation. So there absolutely should be no caution there. It's really going to the market with confidence. It is the best sellers market that we've seen. 15 Roselle Avenue was a crazy result for Terry Richardson there. 585 in Roselle Avenue. Unbelievable.
Wendouree has gone crazy obviously now, so we're getting prices high 500s, even getting into the 6s now in Wendouree is not unknown. So
absolutely
crazy.
Absolutely. 17 Ursel Street. Dom, you want to talk about that
Yeah,
one?
good result. Just a little 3-bedroom weatherboard, 418,000. Very happy vendor and excited buyer to snap one up in Wendouree because they're going so fast. Good result there, 418,000.
And as I was walking out the front door, coming to do BRE TV here this afternoon, Damien Larkin said, make sure you mention 12 Cochrane Court, Invermay Park, because that was another big result at $650,000.
Great result.
So when you read through these price lists, some of those prices there are staggering. We wouldn't have been reading out those prices 6 months ago. And even now you've got to look twice to see what it actually sold for.
Even for people that bought a house 12 months ago, my advice would be, whether you're selling or not, get an appraisal, because you'll be surprised that you've probably made 50 or 100 grand in a year.
It'll floor you. If you owned a house in Wendouree and you bought it 12 months ago,
it'd be 100 grand.
We'll have to pick you up off the floor when we tell you what it is. It's unbelievable. New listings coming to market. Look, there is new listings. It's fair to say that we've got the lion's share of the stock that's coming on the market because we are selling the most property. The buyers are coming to us, so I think sellers realising that we're the ones to sell with because we've got all the buyers who are getting all the sales. So we have got some new stock, so we're probably the one salvation for the buyers out there is that we've got a little bit of stock coming on market. 3 Crawford Road in Alfred in Steppers has got a great new listing there. I think that'll go out the door.
Insignia property, really good position there, close to the golf course, great property.
Again, we're the market specialists up in Alfredton. 33 Cuthberts Road in Alfredton again, Dave.
Terrible house, this one. Corner block, yellow brick, old Alfredton, updated. 420. How do you think that'll go?
You'll get no one there this weekend. It'll be crickets.
Yeah.
You might have to take a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
1 Parkview Court in Ballarat North is Brian T, a lovely home in Ballarat North. He'll be inundated there on the weekend.
Already has been. I think he's had offers already coming in the door, people loving it. So going well there.
Yep. 221 Dufton Street, Ballarat Central. Dom, that's a great little one of yours.
Yeah, good renovator there on a good sized block, rear access. A period home that would come up beautifully with some renovations, but there's a good tenant there paying $250 per week, so you can get started straight away. I'll let it tick along.
Yeah, we've got a couple of auctions coming up, only because Dave knows that we've got the best auctioneer in Ballarat operating out of our office. Hey?
We got a new one.
So Dave's got a couple of auctions coming up, which is going to be exciting too. So they better sell, Dave, but I'm pretty sure in this market they are going to sell.
They're certainly going to. 313 Talbot Street South, Ripper, Ripper little house, period home.
Yep.
The estimate there is $495 to mid fives. I don't know where it's going to land. Honestly, with the amount of interest I've had, I don't know where it's going to land. So that'll be a great auction.
Yep.
And 9 East Street is an interesting one as well. A gutted house, but a beautiful period brick home, which you don't often get. Usually weatherboards here in Ballarat. So that'll go well as well.
They're both going to be fun auctions. I mean, they'll both be auctions. Both auctions will go really well, and they'll just be fun to watch because you'll really get a good indication of where the market's at.
Last weekend, I opened that for the first time in East Street. A gutted house, like frame only on the inside, no floors. I had 60 people go through. So 30 groups, about 60 people go through an empty house.
It really tells you the story, because they got an appetite to obviously renovate it. So it just really. The auctions that will be definitely worth coming to have a look at will give you a good sense of where the market's at, and obviously if you're in those locations, you would just want to come along just for the interest of your own property. 16 Sterling Drive in Lake Gardens. It's fair to say that Damien Larkin's got Lake Gardens locked up, because he's doing all the transactions there. He's got all the stock in Lake Gardens. He's got all the buyers that are buying in Lake Gardens,
and also for buyers that are looking in Lake Gardens, be quick on that one, because he's got offers above the range already. But he's absolutely the Lake Garden specialist up there. At 802 Geelong Road in Canadian, also a great spot, Canadian.
Ripper Property.
Property. Alex Stepnell's got a great listing there, and again, he'll be run off his fleet on the weekend. And that's really the theme of the story, is that the market is so hot, it's just how we keep up with it. So it is a seller's market. If you are a seller in 2021, you need to get on board quickly while the market's good. Act while you know what's happening.
We're got a bike race to go watch. Are you competing this year?
I look like I'm dressed.
I like how there's been no mention of the bike race, because none of us know anything about it.
3 ruined cheap suits. It's been a disaster.
Should have just stayed inside.
But anyway, thanks for watching another edition of BRA TV. We look forward to catching up with you again shortly, and we'll see you at the open houses this weekend.